what's going on, guys? Trevor from Haley Strategic, and we're gonna be talking about our new pouch line. So if you saw the other video that we have out there, we did reference this video that we're gonna teach you guys all about our new pouches, how to mount them, and some of the things that they're capable of. And so first I want to talk about construction. Construction of all of these new pouches are relatively the same with the exception of the frag, which we're gonna get into. But we use the squadron base for our smoke here that we have. It's our large canister pouch. And then on the back, we used a 1-inch webbing with 1/2-inch MOLLE increments. And then on the side, we have woven elastic. We love woven elastic. It's really durable. It has really great retention, and it's got a great lifespan. And we don't like to cheap out and use that knit elastic that was used in other pouches, you know, that we've used over our years. Inside here, we've got this M83 smoke. It's got a Velcro retention tab with a hidden message on there for you. And this isn't limited to the M83 or the M18 or an M14. You can throw the Sonola airsoft grenade in there if you want, and then just adjust the tab so that it rides a little bit lower. Good retention that way. That's why we designed it. Our smaller canister, like we have an M14 smoke in here, you can put a flashbang in there. You can put a crash or a 9-banger in there. Anything that's of a small canister with a similar size. Again, has a Velcro retention tab with adjustable ride height for those different sized canisters. For the shorter ones, another option that we have here is we've got a Kestrel. Kestrel is a ballistic calculator. It'll give you some windages and stuff like that. Really good to have if you're a long range precision guy. You can store that in our crash pouch as well. Our multi-tool pouch. As you can see in here, I don't even have a multi-tool. I have a flashlight that has a different ride height than, let's say, this Gerber tool. So again, that's why we made this flap adjustable so that you can fit different size tools or objects in them, not just have a one-dimensional pouch. So we have our Gerber tool in here, or let's say maybe you wanted to run a standard Glock magazine or a Sig mag. Full-size handgun mags fit really well inside here. And if you don't want to run this open-top magazine pouch that we came out with last year, you have the option of running a closed retention system. So the frag has a little bit different design. The frag's got webbing on the front as opposed to squadron like we mentioned with the other pouches. And the reason for that is it conforms once it starts to break in, you wear it for a little while, it starts to conform to that baseball shape of this M67 grenade that we have right in here. Now the frag pouch doesn't have to be used for just the M67. Like inside here we've got a marker grenade, it's a tag 67. So for training, my law enforcement and military guys probably use these, or even the airsoft community uses these tag 67. So that's another option for you. As for our other pouches over here, you're going to see some similarities with the construction and the interface. Like our single rifle mag pouch, it's got a squadron front and elastic weave on the side. It's hosting the M5 magazine right here. Now, something that you actually haven't seen is this M110 A1 pouch that we're about to come out with. It's got this MOLLE front, and we're going to have a couple different options for you to pick from, but I just wanted to give you a really quick sneak peek of that. Over here on my left, we have our SAW ammo / GP pouch. Inside, you can see we've got our smoke and our rangefinder just for placeholders to give you an idea of the space you're working with. And on the back, it's got 3 rows to attach to with 1-inch webbing. Or you can just use it as a SAW ammo pouch. So again, that's coming out in the future. Just keep an eye out. Fitment. We talked about sizing of the belt, and we're going to now talk about how to place these pouches with the 1/2-inch increment, because it is a new spec, onto this belt. So let me get some of this stuff out of the way for you. And what you're going to need for this is obviously your belt and your pouch, and then a set of pliers. Now, a good set of pliers that can fit into some small spaces. So I'm going to use this 3rd row of panel just for demonstration purposes. And I like to get this plier in there and kind of fluff up that MOLLE so that I have a pretty easy, just like that, a pretty easy insert. And then you're going to go into the very first laser cut like so. And you're going to skip 2 and then punch out the outside. And then what that's going to do is set you up for that 1-inch margin on the inside. Now, once you snug this up, you're just going to feed it through the bottom loop of MOLLE. And don't pull this too tight, because you need a little bit of extra room so that you can slide it into this laser cut right up here. So I'm going to take my pliers, I'm going to get it fluffed up just a little bit, and I'm going to tuck this tab underneath this row, and then I'm going to let it feed out the back side. And then once you do that, you're going to snug it up, pretty tight. And if you want to take your pliers and snug it up, that's fine. I just use my hands. And then you're going to take this excess loop that you have back here, and you're just going to tuck it in the very last laser cut. And you're going to let it feed all the way up. The reason that we have these pouches built with such high tolerance is that it's really important for us to keep our gear exactly where we want it and not have a yard sale running around when I have gear, especially gear like a frag or a smoke that gets a little bit heavy. So once that's in place, that's all you have to do. You have a really solid mounting solution for whatever your gear is. Now, if you wanted to bump this up 1/2 inch, all you'd have to do is skip that laser cut. So you bump it up 1/2 or a full inch or 1.5 inches, whatever it is that you require out of your gear, those 1/2 inch increments are for you to decide. And it doesn't matter if you're using 1 or 2 or 3 rows, the process is exactly the same. You're just gonna have to do it for each individual row that you're trying to MOLLE onto. Other than that, if you guys have any questions, if you have anything that you need to be taken care of customer service wise, just go ahead and email us, customerservice@HaleyStrategic, or drop us something down in the comments section. We'll get you taken care of. Once again, I'm Trevor Blue. Thanks guys for joining me, and we'll see you next time.